Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really simple secret to getting so much better results from your AI. And hey, it's not about complex code or anything like that. It's all about changing the way you think and, well, the way you ask.
You know the feeling, right? You've been there. You write this super detailed, what you think is a perfect request. You hit send, and what comes back just completely misses the point. It is so frustrating. But the fix, believe it or not, is surprisingly simple.
See, here's the thing. Most of the time, the problem isn't actually what you're asking, it's how you're asking it. We've all been taught to communicate in these long, flowing paragraphs, right? We tell a story, we give all this backstory and context, and then we drop the request all in one giant block of text. Yeah, that's right, a musical chord. I know it sounds a little strange, but this one little mental shift is going to completely change how you talk to AI. Instead of telling it a long story, you're going to give it a clear, harmonic instruction. So let's break down what that actually means. So this brings us right to the heart of the issue, what we can call the wall of text. It just feels so natural for us to write this way, but for an AI, it's basically a recipe for total confusion.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It describes something we all do. Think about the last really long email you got. Did you read every single word, top to bottom? Probably not. You scanned to the beginning, to get the gist, and then you jumped to the end to see what they actually wanted from you.
And here's the big aha moment. AI models have learned to process information just like we do. They're not reading your paragraph word for word like some kind of novel. They're skimming it, looking for the most important signals, just like you would.
This actually has a name in the world of computer science, the lost in the middle phenomenon. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Your most important instruction, that one thing you absolutely need the AI to do, if you bury it in the middle of a paragraph, it can literally become background noise. The AI's attention just fades, just like ours does. So, okay, if paragraphs are the problem, what's the solution? Well, we need a mental shift. We've got to stop thinking like authors writing a story and start thinking like musicians building a sound. And this right here, this illustrates the entire concept perfectly. Look at the left. That's a sentence. It's a story. You have to read it. You have to figure out the grammar, the relationships between the words. Now look at the right. You get it instantly. It's a chord. All the instructions are stacked, they're clear, they're presented at once, and there's just no confusion. And that's really the fundamental difference we're talking about. A horizontal prompt, the paragraph, asks the AI to follow a story, but a vertical prompt gives the AI a set of instructions to execute all at once, where every single piece has equal importance. So how do we actually build this thing in practice? This isn't just some cool analogy, it's a real practical framework called the Harmonic Stack. And it has 3 simple parts, or you could say 3 notes. Okay, so first you have the command. This is your verb, the action word, what you want it to do. Second is the input. This is the stuff, the data you want the AI to work with. And third, you've got the constraint. These are the rules, the guardrails, the tone, the format, the word count. Command, input, constraint. That's your chord. So what does this actually look like when you're writing a prompt? Let's stop talking theory and look at a real-world example. Okay, so on the left, you've got the classic wall of text. Notice how that really key instruction, still ask for the sale, is kind of buried right in the middle? That is a classic lost in the middle risk. Now look at the right, the Harmonic Stack. The command is crystal clear, audit_tone. The input is obviously the email, and the constraint is explicit, make it friendly but assertive. There is zero ambiguity. The AI knows exactly what you want. And here's something really important. This structured approach, it doesn't just make the machine smarter. It actually makes us smarter. When you're forced to separate out your command, your input, and your constraints, you end up clarifying your own thinking. You can just glance at a stack like that and instantly see if you've made a mistake or, forgotten a crucial rule. Okay, so we've covered the why and the how. Let's really boil it down to the one simple change you can start making the very next time you use an AI tool. All right, here it is, just 3 simple things to remember. First, those big walls of text are your enemy. They create that lost in the middle problem. Second, start thinking like a musician. You're building vertical chords, not writing horizontal melodies. And third, always separate your prompts into those 3 clean parts: commands, inputs, and constraints. And really, that's the entire idea in one single sentence. Your very next prompt, your next request to an AI, don't write it out like a story. Isolate the action, the data, and the rules. Stack them up. Build a chord. I promise you're going to be amazed at the difference it makes.